morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen, and we are going to do a whip and chat. As you guys see, I am working on Scorpio from Diamond Art Club. The picture is right there, and it is a square, and it's big. It is big. It's bigger than what I would normally do. Uh, so, and I forget what size it is. It is a 70 by 87. So this thing is huge. This is, not normal for me to do. So we're going to get started. And before we start diamond painting, I want everybody to see what I got. Now, I was going to do a big, unboxing haul, but some of the, and of course now my hair wants to get in my face and I look kind of stupid. Some of the, one of the things that I'm waiting on isn't here yet. So I'm kind of just, waiting. But I did get diamond painting spoons. Now, they're not as big as I thought they were. Of course, I was looking at the picture and I just assumed they were, a little bigger, which is no big deal. I'm not worried about it. Okay. I mean, it's $1.75, so, it, sorry, my daughter. So, it's okay. There's two in a package, and it was only $1.75 for them, and I think it's pretty cool. So, that's what I got. The other thing was my diamond painting pen, which I'm still waiting for. It was mailed out. When was it mailed out? It was mailed out last Tuesday. So I'm just waiting for it to come. And hopefully it will be here pretty soon. And I showed you a picture of it, so I'm really, really excited. And when it comes, I'll be excited and, do an unboxing with it. I kind of was going to wait because I just didn't, I felt weird kind of doing one thing, showing one thing and then, waiting, but it's okay. So we're just going to get started on painting. Before we get started, I know y'all are wondering, what the heck is that? I'm allergic to something. It started itching, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And so I just kept, basically clawing at my arm. Finally, the doctor I went to basically went to one of the, what do you call it? It's called Iridoxin, basically. And it's just some kind of a rash. I don't know what it's from. Where, he's like, just whatever it is. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, and he gave me some stuff to put on my arm. So I know it looks worse on camera than it really is. It's not that bad. So I promise, it's nothing bad. I didn't hurt myself. It is just itch to the point I thought I was gonna scream. So that being said, I hope everyone's having a great week. I am, excuse me, I'm doing pretty good. Been busy like crazy. Trying to catch up on reading. Also studying my butt off. I I passed. I did take one of my tests. I did take. If you guys remember, last week I was stuck on the. No. Last week I finished the legal concept chapter that I need for that, for my license. So I finally passed that test. Thank God, because that test was just, oh my gosh. I thought that was bad. No, this chapter I'm on now, or the section I'm studying now, oh my God. You have to know, they're going over the different kinds of insurance, like life insurance, like whole life, term life. Um, you have to know the difference. And last week I was studying it. I thought I knew what I was doing. And Friday I started taking, I was like, okay, I can remember this. So when I went to, now the other thing is, this chapter is divided into sections. You've got section 1, which is the different kinds of insurance. Then you have, they give you the test for that. Then there's the next chapter, or the next section of the chapter, and then then there's a test for that. So yeah, it's not been pretty. And yeah, it's driven me crazy this whole time. Hang on. Okay, I'm sorry. My hair was getting in my face, and then little dude wanted me. So anyway, between that and so there's like different, it's like two different sections. And I guess because it's such a big chapter, and so they just decided to divide this into, whatever. And it's driven excuse me, it's driven me crazy, because I'm like totally confused. um and I've just totally excuse me, goodness. So I've got to a point where I'm like, ugh. So I'm hoping to sit down today and kind of just, take the day to study and get this chapter done. It's driving me bonkers. Yes, I know. I kind of look funny with one little piece of hair hanging down. So sorry. Um, there we go. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Uh, excuse me. Then, to add, whatever to whatever, little dude last week wasn't feeling well. And he was complaining that he had a sore throat. And so I, went and got him some soup, and we got him kind of situated. And he did miss school a couple of days, but it wasn't like, he was it wasn't like, he was sick, but they wanted him to kind of just relax. So he did. And of course, he was in a lap of luxury, because he didn't have to go to school. But I told him, I said, well, you're going to be doing a lot of makeup work. So he's not thrilled with that, because he still has some makeup work that he needs to do, and all that good junk. And he's not really looking forward to it. Now, he was out what, Tuesday, and then Thursday. So he didn't really do a whole lot for 2 days. So he's just not been feeling, just didn't feel the greatest. And I told him, I said, this this is, a time when I know you don't feel good. So, and he's not enjoying it. And to top it all off, I think he's just, I think he's just ready for school to end. Because school ends, the last day of school for everybody is June 14th. And I think he was told yesterday that the last day of school for everybody, that are, well, they all have half days, but I think he was told that technically the last day of school is the 13th. So he's kind of, bugging me about it. But well, not bugging. He's just excited. What else can I say? I mean, shoot, I'd be too. I mean, I used to, be that excited too. And so yeah, he's all excited. Bear with me, guys. I don't know why, but that looks kind of reflected. There we go. Okay. Sorry, my laptop is being. It wasn't, I thought I had it situated. So, yeah, he's all excited. We do plan to go swimming this on the weekends because my best friend has started working from home also, and she's working Monday through Friday, and she works mostly almost every day. So she's kind of, thrilled about that. So I told her, I said, well, on the weekends, we can work something out. So, yeah, he's all excited about that. He's looking forward to going to um, yeah, going to the beach or going to swim. Now, the funny part is, now y'all are gonna laugh about this. We've been talking. We've been making plans. My best friend Becky and I have been making plans about, spending some time at the beach. And we live like a half an hour from the ocean. So, she and I have been making, plans, trying to decide, what's the good, so forth and whatever. And anyway, he comes up. Now, I did not know this was a phobia. Okay, guys? Didn't know. I'm going to tell you what it's called because I didn't even know. And little dude told me. Y'all are going to laugh at this. But, yeah. So he comes out the other night and he's like, what's thalassiopia? Or a phobia? I was like, what? Never heard of this, okay? Never heard of it. Have no idea. I looked at him, I said, what are you talking about? And he says, would you look it up? Because I want to know what it is. Now, mind you, he already knew what it was. He just wanted me to know what it was. So I said, dude, why do you want to know what this is? And he says, because. So I looked it up. And as soon as I saw what it meant, I turned my little and said, don't even. It is a fear of the ocean. Right. Now, I'm not putting anybody down that has it. I'm not saying it's not real. For him, no. We've gone to the beach a lot, to the ocean, and he's never had a problem with it. So I'm trying to figure this out. And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude, really? He says, yes. son, how can you be scared or have this fear of the ocean? Well, and all I know, it had something to do with the video game. And I just looked at him. I was like, what does a video game have to do with real life? And he's like, but mom. I'm like, dude, don't. So, yeah. Okay. So, I'm trying to figure out why he thinks that he has this fear. Because, there's not a past event or anything like that. So, I'm kind of trying to figure this out. But, yeah, he was adamant. He's been adamant. And finally, I think I finally talked him out of it. I don't know. We'll see. But, I was just kind of like, what? So, yeah, it was an interesting conversation. I'll put it that way. Because I was just like, okay, then, whatever. And he, he believed it. So, it is what it is. And I just started laughing. I was like, okay, if you say so. So then to top it all off, now I don't know. I think the reason why he asked about this was, ow, I hit my knee. Um, I was, I don't even remember now. But anyway, we were. I was standing. I was cleaning. I was cleaning the bathroom, and he comes and he says, "Oh, I know why. Because they had talked about there was a hurricane that is in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Thank God it's not coming to us or anything." So he comes out and he says, "Mom, yes. When's the last time we had a hurricane?" I don't know. He says, "Have we ever had one before? An actual hurricane ever, come over us before?" Yes. I said, "There's been a couple." And he says, "There has?" Oh, I think it was something that he was learning in school or something. And he says, "Do you remember what the names of them were?" No. Why? I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah, he was. I can't remember why they wanted it. I think it was something that he was learning in class or something. He just kind of shocked me. I mean, he's asked about, that kind of stuff before, about hurricanes and stuff like that. But he's never really asked that. So it was funny because he kept saying, well, what was it? He asked me, besides the names, he says, were they actual hurricanes? Yes. They weren't tropical depression. Now, I know we've had a couple of tropical depressions here, but as for hurricanes, I think there's been more than the tropical depressions. I don't know. I can't remember. So, yeah, I told him, I said, dude, you're expecting your mother to remember something that she can't really remember? And he says, well, have I ever been in the middle of a hurricane before? And has one ever come? Well, I've been a lot. No, not yet. So far, we've gotten lucky that we haven't had to worry about that. So we'll see. I mean, and of course, now I say that and it jinx myself, and then yeah, we'll have issues. But no, we haven't had one, and not knock on wood, but we have not had a hurricane hit us in a while. I'm actually surprised. Now we've had wind and rain sometimes, but not as much as we've had when we've had an actual hurricane that has actually been right on top of us. So, and he kind of wants to see what happens, what we go through when there's one. I'm looking at him like, why do you wish that on somebody? So yeah, he wants to be in the middle of a hurricane. Mm-hmm. Great. So yeah. Um. Goodness. Let's see. Um. I did finish. I finished another book. I was listen. I listen. Shoot, it doesn't take long when you're listening to one. It is. It was Cruel and Unusual by Patricia Cronwell, and I finished that, and then I started The Body Farm, which is also by Patricia Cronwell, and the now Cruel and Unusual was kind of weird in its own weird way. Um, Dr. K. Scarpetta investigates a crime scene that has um, an executed murderer's fingerprints at the scene, and which is weird in itself because the murderer has been executed and is buried, dead, whatever. So it's kind of weird how that happens. And it was funny because I was like, okay, so they give you the first suspect. And I'm thinking, okay, I could possibly see this because of the simple fact, you know, possibility this person did it for money for personal reasons. But then uh, that changes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? And I had to sit there after that changed to figure out, okay, then who could it be? And I kind of had an idea, and my suspicions were it came to fruition, whatever you want to call it. My suspicions were kind of made reality when I was sitting there, and I got to the almost the end of the book, and I was like, and I'm listening, and I'm like, I had a feeling. I just had this feeling. So yeah, it was pretty good. Now the next one I'm reading is called The Body Farm. I know it sounds really weird, right? Um, I believe me, I thought it was too. She goes to North Carolina because 11-year-old girl is brutally murdered, and she goes there to help the local police and the local coroner to investigate. And the FBI ends up getting involved also. And it's a pretty good book so far. I haven't got very far in the book. I think I've only got like in the second, third chapter. So I'm kind of, I'm going slow. Um, I don't know if I'll get to it today or what have you. But yeah, it's a pretty good book, to be truthful. And I'm kind of enjoying it. I always loved her books anyway. I tried to listen. Now, I'm going to tell you, I've always liked Patricia Cromwell. I have her first three, and first three books of from the Dr. Scarpetta series, and I've always tried to. There's another author that writes almost like she does, and I really, really tried to get into it. Kathy Reichs is her name, and I tried to watch. I've tried to read her books, and at first I was okay with them, but I can't. I couldn't. I couldn't get into it to save my butt. And I was like, all right, I can't. It doesn't. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't get into it because she kind of like writes almost how do I put it? She's she's in that category with Patricia Cronwell. Okay, but for some reason I can't get into her books. Don't ask me why. I don't know. So, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I can't, I can't get into her. But I've been enjoying it. So, yeah. But I've been trying to find other, authors like, Patricia Cronwell to read besides her. And there's really not a whole lot. I mean, there probably is. I just haven't really looked. But yeah, those two books I started, or one I finished, the other one I started. And finally, okay. Now, I have a Kindle and I have a Nook. Well, my Nook has been kind of being stupid. So, excuse me, Miranda doesn't use hers. So uh, she came out and she kind of gave it to me. She said, "Here, I don't use it." I was like, "Okay." So I restarted it, reset it, and did um, my my login information. Now I have it on mine, and I have to go and do the same thing to mine and see if there's if it's just me or if it's the battery. So if it's not, then I'm going to get it. Let little dude have it. He asked me for it for mine, so I told him. I said, well, if that's the case, you're only getting um, books for your age, which he didn't seem to care. So, which is good, and it works. So, I know people are like, why do you have two, e-readers? Just because there are some books that I have found. Now, I know Barnes and Noble, you would think, okay, really, they would have all these books under the sign. I've looked. Sometimes you can't always find a book on Barnes and Noble that you can on Kindle. Don't ask me why. I'm not really, really sure. So, or maybe it's just me and I'm not looking, you know, hard enough. I don't know what. But yeah. So I apologize. So I have that, and she has a Kindle, but she doesn't use it either. So I'm gonna, talk to her today and see what if she wants that. But we'll see. Um, Trying to think what else has been going on, people. Let's see. Lord, it's been crazy around here. I finally got to a point where now y'all are gonna laugh. I can't remember all my passwords to my login information for different things. So I've had to write stuff down. It's bad when you can't remember. So I have a thing of I have it written down and I made a list and it's amazing. So yeah, that I can't remember passwords. Go figure, right? Because I was trying to log into something yesterday and I couldn't remember my password. And I was like, really? Are you kidding? So, yeah, we got that. So I made a list. And it was funny because, oh no, I was trying to log in. Okay, this is a long story too. Anyway, upgraded my internet yesterday. Well, when I did, I was trying to. Xfinity has an app that you can, um, basically use to take care of, paying your bill or whatever. So I downloaded that and went to log in. And I remembered, my email and so forth. Well, couldn't remember the password. So I was like, are you serious right now? I tried every password I could think of that I've used before. Um, Ones I've used, for different places. And now, so I'm like, okay. Well, so anyway, after I upgraded yesterday, internet was working fine. Then all of a sudden, I'm sitting here and the computer's not connected. I'm like, why isn't the computer? Because I was trying to study, and computer wasn't connected. I couldn't figure out what the deal was, but the box was on. Go figure, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, are you just like really, really kidding me right now? And so Miranda restarted it for me, and because we thought, okay, that might work. If it gets restarted, it'll come up in the list of Wi-Fi networks and so forth. No. So I sat here for almost 2 hours trying to figure that out. Well, first it tells me, I called them and it said, it'll take 10 minutes. We're going to reboot it and they're going to do some kind of, I guess, a diagnostic or whatever. So when the 10 minutes are up, it still doesn't come up. And I'm like, are you serious right now? So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I really truly give up because this is ridiculous. So she tells me, the agent gets on and she tells me that its internet seems to be working fine. And I told her, I said, well, obviously it's not. If I can't log in to my network and if I could, I wouldn't be on the phone. So she then proceeds to tell me that the box I have is outdated, basically. Okay, what difference does that make? And she says, you're going to need a new box, and they're going to come and check your lines and so forth. Okay. So she has it scheduled. So she schedules it. Bleh. She tells me, she's going to schedule it, and it's going to be scheduled for this morning at 7:30 a.m. So I'm like, okay, that works because, I get up 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning. Well, I'm sitting here and I had let my team leader know that I would possibly be late getting to into the team meeting. And well, yeah, okay. So I sit here and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. They said, now mind you, they said that they would be here that they would be here um, on they would be here first thing this morning. So after I get logged in and remember the password and everything for my app for the app, I go this morning to look. Okay. Now, mind you, she told me she made the appointment. The appointment is supposed to have been made. And I waited. Now, just so you know, I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning, waiting. Didn't, and I told Sky, I even told little dude, I said, just so you know, you might have to wait to get in on school, get in school. Okay. So, here we are. And, all of a sudden, I finally log in. I'm able to get into the app, whatever it's called. I don't even remember what it's called now, to be truthful. And I go to look at stuff. There's no appointment set up for today. So I'm like, okay, but why would she make this appointment or tell me she made this appointment if she doesn't do it? Makes no sense. Okay. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, really? I got up for no reason? No lie, guys. I've been up waiting. I've been waiting. And they haven't. She told me that the technician will call before he comes. Okay, I've been waiting since 7:30 this morning. Nothing. So so when I went onto my Xfinity app this morning, I logged in and you can click on the internet and it will basically show you if it's working or whatever, and it works fine. And I was like, okay, so I'm just trying to figure out what the purpose was of. I don't know. So then, okay, now the other thing to this. What the heck is Flex? I didn't even know what it was. I'm, sitting there and when I went to upgrade, when I upgraded everything, the representative says, now that you've upgraded, you are being sent a free Flex box. I was like, what? What the hell is Flex? It's like Roku. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's like Roku. And I was like, okay. And she said, yeah, it's free. It comes with, I guess whenever you upgrade or whatever. So I said, okay. I'm like, what the heck am I going to do with a Flex box? I mean, really? I mean, we already have Roku in the house. So, yeah. So now I have that on its way. I know, right? Fun. But that's okay. So, yeah, and of course I didn't know what it was. I'm sitting here like, what the hell is a Flex? I didn't know what it was. And so she showed, of course, not Miranda, but I ended up going and searching, Googling it. I was like, ow, it's one of those. I'm sorry. I didn't know what it was. So yeah, see how behind I am on stuff. But so that's on its way here. Yippee, right? So that was my debacle for yesterday because I thought, oh my gosh. And this morning I had it all prepared out for them, prepared for little dude to not be in class because or be late to class this morning. And then they never show up. I'm like, really? I mean, seriously? So, yeah. What the heck is going on here? There we go. So, yeah, that was my fun for, yeah, last night. There. But, mm, really, that's really all that's been going on this week. Um, like I said, been studying my butt off like you wouldn't believe. And, just trying to get it all done and so I can take my, state test for my license. So, guys, just remember to keep your fingers crossed for me. All right, guys, that's it. And I hope everyone has a great week. And thank you for watching. And please, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you hit that like button. Um, Also, I know I told you guys that I wanted to try to do a giveaway when I hit 800 subscribers. And I was pretty good at moving up in the subscriber numbers, but I'm trying to decide if I want to wait till I get to 100 or 800 or wait until I get to 1,000. Um, I might do a halfway and wait till I get to 900. So either way, I am going to be thinking about doing a thinking about the giveaway. So please, guys, just I'll keep you guys posted on that. And again, thank you for watching. I hope everyone has a great week, and I will see you all next time.